Hey guys, it's Queeney Kaur. So today's video is about bullying. This is a subject very close to my heart. Simply because most of my life I experienced bullying. Cyberbullying wasn't something that was as big during my days. It was more face-to-face bullying then. Nowadays, I've heard a lot of more stories around cyberbullying. I didn't go through that though. Bullying can happen it can happen anytime. Even as an adult, you can be bullied by people. And it's important that you do speak up if you are being bullied. I don't mean go and tell the teacher, because as adults we don't have teachers, but I mean in the workplace, if you're being bullied by somebody, go to somebody higher who you can speak to about this matter. If it's within your own friend circle, you feel you're being bullied, go speak to that person. I don't always think people realize sometimes when they are being bullies, and they certainly do not want to be labeled as bullies. So yeah. But I mean, oh, go back into down memory lane. So I had quite a lot of experience being bullied. I was bullied by kids and teachers in a way. Kids mainly, not much by particular teacher. I wasn't bullied by many teachers, just one particular one. So with students, they felt it was okay to go around calling me names, talking about my facial hair, talking about my mom, I suppose, about what I wore, about the way I dressed, the way I looked. Guys, bullying is not acceptable by anybody. You cannot go around bullying people. It's not nice. And you certainly shouldn't stand for it. Now, with me, I didn't stand for it. But I was always taught to tell the teacher. If you're being bullied, tell the teacher. When I was being bullied, I used to tell the teacher. Teacher really didn't do much. I used to tell my parents. My parents always used to try and do as much as they could, but obviously they couldn't really go to the kid who was bullying me and be like, stop bullying my kid, but they had to go through the proper procedure and everything. But I mean, it was not a nice time being young. I don't even like to think of that time, really, but I think it's an important part of my life. It's an important issue and subject, and you need to talk about it. So when I was bullied, I was constantly with the name calling, or when I was being hit or anything like that. I remember it got to a point where I thought, this isn't life. I don't want this type of life. I don't even know if I want to live anymore, because it's just not nice going through this day in, day out, became like a daily part of my life. I had to be bullied by these groups of people for some reason, because they clearly got a kick out of it. They clearly felt more superior when they bullied me, yeah? But come on, it's not nice. And yeah, they do say people who bully have previously been bullied themselves. Probably. They also have control over people by using their words or actions against somebody who they consider inferior. So, I mean, with some of the things I went through, like I said, at one point in my life, I started writing letters to there were just ideas at that point. I hadn't actually decided anything properly, but I used to have fantasies. I thought, I'll run away from my home and I'll go somewhere where I won't be bullied, I won't be tortured by these people constantly, and I'll be happier, and my parents will be happier because I won't be a burden on them. I don't need to be stressing them out by my problems. And I used to have so much stress as a child. I used to have these thoughts. Sometimes I thought, you know what, why am I even living? But you know what, it's not you shouldn't have to stop living because people are being rude to you. You need to, those people need to be sorted out, not in a bad way, but I mean, teachers need to up their game. Parents, they need to be more vigilant and actually notice when there is a difference in a child, in how a child is. Now, I mean, when I got to secondary school, my situation did not change at all. I always tried to make an effort though with new people who came into schools, because I was like, what I've been through, I know what I've been through, I'll try and make an effort with them to make sure they don't go through that. But what's funny is half of them used to actually end up, becoming friends with me, get in my social circle, and then somehow turn my friends against me, and then they would all suddenly start start at me and bullying me, and I'm just sitting there like, I tried to do a nice thing and this is how I get repaid. For some reason I never learned my lesson. I still carried on trying to be a nice person. Again, this video is not a sympathy thing. I don't want sympathy. What I want is awareness. What I want is change. And that's what I want everybody else to realize. There needs to be a change, because I've read too many articles about students committing suicide and everything, and I understand that they've been pushed to that place where they just felt there is just no helping me. And you know what? It's not nice. It's not fair. People need to up their game. They need to be noticing these differences in people's behavior. I mean, at one point I remember I was in secondary school, and I used to actually go. I was eating my lunch in the toilets. I mean, thinking about it now, it's absolutely gross. But that's how upset and how unwanted I felt being at the school. How much I knew people would be scrutinizing my every move, my every movement, my every word that I say. Everything was always scrutinized by these bullies. And I thought, I don't want people to have a chance to be more mean to me than they already are. They used to rejoice when they used to do better than me in tests and stuff like that, and then they'd all be like, in your face and stuff. I'm just sitting there like, I've never claimed to be somebody who's intelligent. I never claimed to be any of these things that you all suddenly seem to think it's amazing that you did better than me. So I mean, that was my lovely experience of bullying. Teacher wise, I did used to tell my teachers, and a few times the response I got was, stop telling. And I'm just sitting there like, yeah, please continue to tell that to other kids who might not be emotionally as strong as me at the moment, because you know what, you'll just push them over the edge. Please continue. I remember once, even by a teacher, I got told, I had recently moved to the school, and we were going swimming, and he's like, publicly decides to humiliate me by saying, I'm like, oh, sorry, sir, do you know where the armbands are? And he's like, and he gets in all of a huff, like I should have known. I'm like, this is my first time here, I don't know. And he's like, they're over there. And I'm like, okay. So when I got them, I'm like, they don't really fit me, they're not fitting me properly. And he's like, well, what do you expect? You're fat. And I'm just sitting there like bright red, and I'm horrified. I came back and I was so upset. I was so distraught. And honestly, thinking about it, it makes me so mad right now. I can't believe a teacher would be able to get away with saying something like that. I wasn't even that old. I think I was about 12, 13. After that, you know what? A lot of the experiences I had, I was so put off things. I didn't want to take part in PE. I didn't want to do a lot of things. I didn't even want to go to school. I hated school. Now, no kid should have to experience what I've experienced. No kid should have to go and be pushed to that extent that they feel that they have to take their own life. Or even think about the fact that in order to have change or to get away from all these problems, they gotta take some sort of drastic step like that. Honestly, people, please be more aware. Please try and be a bit more helpful and listen to people when they tell you. Listen to your kids when they tell you they don't want to go to school. Why don't they want to go to school? What's wrong? teachers, please be more open. And I understand everybody's stressed. These kids are stressed. You don't understand that, do you? So people, be more aware. It's gotta stop. Bullying has got to stop. It's gotta stop. It's gotta be reduced. It's gotta be cut down. People need to understand the effect, the impact that bullying has on a person's life. Now, for me, I used to be an outgoing, bubbly, cheeky little monkey, basically, as a young kid. When I grew up, I was more paranoid. I kept myself to myself. I turned to the internet for friends. That nobody should do that. You get a lot of weirdos on there, trust me. I lack self-esteem. I lack confidence. I am just not myself. Not that version of myself that I wish I was. So I mean, yeah. But that's all from me, Queeney Kaur. Take care, guys, and please be more vigilant. Please be aware. Check out online. There's plenty of websites about bullying. Stop bullying. If anybody is going through bullying, please do contact a helpline. Talk to people. It's always important. Don't take any drastic step without speaking to somebody and helping those bullies go down. But yeah, not go down, but at least stop those bullies. So guys, take care. Love you all. That's Queeney Kaur out. It's a Q and a K if anybody wants to know what I'm actually doing this. So yeah, bye.